blessing, money, testimony. Go to follow.
Hello, my loves, and welcome back to another episode of Nene's Notions. My name is Nina, and welcome back to another episode where we keep an open mind on other topics that can help us relate to each other and also relate to each other so we can go out and be a light and be a blessing into the community. So without further ado, let's get into the notion of today. All right, y'all. So today's notion is a style that can be authentic. A subtitle for this topic is elevating your voice for your light to show and so you can grow. And you may think, Nina, what is authentic or authenticity? And it's of an undisputed origin or genuine. My take on the meaning is showing your genuine side of your personality and how you are / what you present to people. And honestly, this topic of authenticity and basically the style of your authentic you really came to me honestly through communications. Honestly, all my classes this semester, mainly I would say communications and sociology. Now that I'm about to end the semester, this semester. But honestly, two of my favorite classes this semester has to be, communications and sociology. Also, I love, my script analysis class that I had too. But communication and sociology, both of those classes really gained a lot of topics that really everyone could talk about, and we can also grow off each other and also give many different opinions and can also find our purpose and how we can navigate throughout life, how we can grow as people, and also how we can navigate ourselves. And with interpersonal communications, we talked about your authentic style. So we had to present in front of the class, basically a style of you being authentic. What is your authentic self? We had to basically have a pitch to say, if we were going into a job, how would we present ourselves? What will we how we present ourselves, and what would we present to, the job to say, how am I capable of doing XYZ and this, that, and the other. So basically through, learning that and knowing that about, your authentic self, I did have to take a while to think about, different aspects about me. What do I bring to a job? What I can bring to a project, an event, anything that I'm working on as I grow, within my passion, my determination, my craft, but also in general, when I'm planning other events from maybe school or maybe other events that could be, taking my way wherever God leads me. And, I was honestly thinking at home, I was thinking about different characteristics that can, describe me. But also within communications, we also boil down to a point of some characteristics that can be the authentic you, that can show a genuine side of you and say, hey, this is how I can contribute to being, to helping going forward in this project, in this company, anything like that. Because, everybody needs, to show your true self, showcase your true self, show your true self within job, anywhere. Honestly, everyone should be their real you, no matter in any aspect, not just within a job, but also within your household, behind closed doors, in public, in private, wherever it is. You should be showing your authentic self. But this just came with the example of, say for instance, a job. If you want to get a job, what are some aspects, things that are genuine about you? So basically, some aspects that we learned, in communications about, what can be some things to make an authentic you is basically how you navigate yourself. How would you be willing to work with another team? How would you be willing to, balance certain projects? What can you bring to the table that is very effective? What is your true self? What is your purpose? What is your goal? What do you want? Well, what is your purpose and what you want to do throughout within the job? What is a goal that you want to achieve throughout the job? What is a skill set that you want to grow? And what are skill sets that you bring to the table? So, with me, with my authentic self, I was saying I bring organization, time management, understanding, being compassionate. I bring, more to the table when it comes to hearing different people's opinions, being willing to express myself to others and how I'm feeling. Also, us bouncing off of each other's creativities, because I love working in groups. Don't get me wrong, I love working in groups. I love working with different events. So with all race and ethnicities, for us to be willing to work in one group, to be willing to be a blessing unto others, and to use our standpoint and our different mission on what we have within our project or event to continue to reach out to the community, to empower, to encourage, to uplift. And I say, I bring organization, time management, patience in stressful situations, more understanding. I take things day by day, one by one, section by section. I'm always going to be the person that God made me to be. I'm loving, caring, compassionate, kind, driven, determined, passionate, like different things that I bring to the table that could honestly be the style of my genuine self, because that is who I genuinely am. I don't want to, with anything, I don't want to be willing to present myself, or you shouldn't be wanting to present yourself as a person that is not genuine, as a person that is not driven, as a person that, is not passionate about what you want to do. Even though, there's a lot of people that say, oh yeah, this is only my temporary job, or this is for, and honestly, me, hey, your girl understands. Hey, I have a temporary job before I get into my career and the plans that God has for me and where God is going to lead me in my life. But also, it's just like, still, you want to be genuine about yourself. You want to show your skill. You want to show your asset. You want to show your worth ethic. You want to show your authentic self to people, because if they don't see the real you, and they just see that you're being more of a follower and not more showing a leader, and being not, being a leader, the people can see that, you're being fake about your authentic you, and you don't want to be that way, or you don't want to be, I would say, pictured that way or defined that way, because you don't want anyone to define your character and your authenticity of yourself and saying, nah, she's fake, she's this, she's that, she's a this, she's a that, and all the other stuff. Yeah, no, you don't want that. You want people to see that genuine you, so you can be willing, because when they see that genuine you can pick up different skills from other people. They can learn from you. You guys can bounce off each other, and we can all grow together when you show your authenticity about yourself. Because, and also another thing that we hit on in class that we recently talked about is, the difference between, with a leader and a follower. There's some people that want to grow into leaders. Hey, I don't have a problem with being a leader, but also there's some people that feel comfortable in being a follower. And because they don't have that much pressure and that much expectation and that much, they're hold to a standard, within their job. But when it comes to leaders, they're hold to even higher expectation, and they have to, carry themselves with a certain form of humility. They have to carry themselves with a certain form of growth within them. They have to carry themselves with, hey, I can handle this because I was given this role, so I can handle these certain aspects within leadership. So, and also that also within you being a leader, you have to show, your genuine self, and you have to be willing to be compassionate, be understanding, be willing to work with others, be willing to have those aspects, because if you don't, that can leave a really negative impact on the people that you are trying to follow, or the people that you are trying to have come in to follow your lead and help you grow. Because if you bring those negative aspects in, how are people supposed to learn from that? Because you can inspire somebody with just you showing your actions and how you prove yourself as a leader, and how you show your authentic self, and how you represent yourself within being a leader and taking on these certain projects, taking on a business, anything like that. People can be inspired by you, and the followers can learn from you, so they can grow into leaders. Some people maybe not want to be leaders. Maybe they're cool at being, following the lead, but maybe they just want to stay in that comfort zone for a second. But maybe they can get out of that shell, and showing their authentic self, and having more of an open mind and showing their authentic self, so they can grow into a leader themselves. But some people have a comfort zone in that, and I don't have a problem with that, because with me too, I say that I'm always going to be the person that God made me to be. Always show my authentic self within family, friends, a job, an event, my passion, for the arts, anything like that. I'm always and forever going to show that authentic side of me, because I don't want to be formed as a person who is fake. I don't want to ever be called that. I don't want to ever for people to look at me as for if I am that, because it's hard, for people to sometimes break that shell and to go out, because they're so afraid of stepping out of that shell and being their authentic selves, because they feel they want to also be those people pleasers. They want to be those people that, back down and suppress themselves just to make others around them be comfortable. But lovely, when you show your authentic style and you show your authentic self, man, people are going to see the true you that's within you. And if there's some people that hate, let them hate. Okay, at the end of the day, as long as you're going forward in the plans that God has for you, as long as you continue to grow your skills, you're growing as a person, you're evolving within your career, you're evolving within a job setting, you're evolving within your education, you're evolving with in your craft. It's okay. Don't suppress yourself just to make others feel comfortable, and you don't feel that comfortability yourself. And that's why some people stay in the follower standpoint, when you can be a natural born leader just by just stepping out the box and being you. But it's hard to do that when when some people have that form of suppression from being their authentic self. Because like I said before in a previous episode, I think it was like Weirdos Make Great Superheroes, I said that throughout elementary and middle school, I got bullied and I got picked on. And just, learning that, and I give all the glory to God for, me overcoming that. But, just me being in that space, I couldn't be the true me. I couldn't be that authentic self that I wanted to be, because I was so focused on people liking me, being that people pleaser, even within like creative mindsets or like creative events that, we wanted to do throughout elementary school and middle school. People always look at me a certain type of way, and I had to learn, I had to grow, and I had to evolve. And, I had to ask God, I was like, God, I just want to be me. Like, I just want to be the person that you made me to be. What's wrong with me? Why are these people, picking on me? But I had to grow, and I had to learn that, there's a light inside myself, and there's a light inside of many of you that intimidates so many different people, and that can trigger someone because they see the light inside of you. They see that light that God has put in you that intimidates them because they don't have that. But you shouldn't dumb yourself down or suppress yourself to make others feel comfortable. Because like I said, how can you feel a comfortability within yourself if you're not the person that God made you to be? If you're not that authentic self, if you're not being willing to keep that open mind, to be willing to grow, go forward in your purpose, go forward in the joy within yourself, and find a sense of identity. Because in being your authentic self, you can find a sense of identity within yourself. You can be genuine. You can express yourself. You can be this all-out person that you want to be. Express yourself. Go forward in being that authentic self that you are. Because with so many different people, I would say that, and this is just me, with so many different people, I will say that, they do see, and this is the form of haters. And I feel like, haters is a whole nother different episode, I will say, because I was like, haters is a whole different genre of episodes, and I feel like I gotta bring some friends on for that one. Comment in the comment section, let your girl know who would help me out with that one. But I feel like people, the form of haters and the form of people hating on you and things like that, is because generally they do see a light that's within inside of you. They do see something that is in you that is not within them, and instead of them growing, and instead of them evolving, and instead of them learning the authenticity of their selves, they want to dumb that authentic self within you. And that's what it is. Because people who hate, they just automatically don't have those aspects, and instead of going out to find them, they want to stay in that comfortability of the mode of, oh yeah, I'm gonna just stay this way, I'm gonna stay this way, I'm gonna stay this way. Or maybe they're just afraid of stepping outside the box of being their authentic selves, because they don't know what people are gonna say. They don't know what the world is gonna say. They're going down this journey of the unknown that isn't that they don't know where to go. And honestly, now that I'm looking back on like some things that happened within me, I just thought, of all like the people that did pick on me and called me certain, names and all these things like that. I just felt like, in a sense, they were afraid of, being more and seeing the more that's within inside them, and seeing the more that, that God has blessed them with. They just want to stay in this mindset. Or maybe, like I said before, maybe they just, see a light inside of you that is like, that God has blessed you with, that is like no other. And then they don't know how to carry that light. They don't know how the tools and aspects of being that authentic self. And that's why I feel like that's why some people, hate or pick on you. But honestly, I pray that God touches their hearts so they be willing to grow, because at the end of the day, no matter how hard someone hurts you, at the end of the day, you still pray that God, blesses them, touches their hearts, and God, gives them the tools and the aspects, and they grow those tools and the aspects in the foundation, even if they were given that foundation or not, to continue to grow into their authentic self and to be the person that God made them to be. Because it is sad that, there are some people that just don't know how to step into their authentic self. But when you have those, that foundation, and that stable foundation of being your authentic self, because some people don't have foundational aspects, and that's the boiled down truth. Some people don't have the foundational aspects taught by parents, that they're supposed to get it from, but they aren't given that stable foundation of knowing. And that's why you just pray, just pray for them that God touches their hearts, that they get inspired through other people of being themselves, being their true selves, being the people that God made them to be. Because they shouldn't, dumb themselves down because they're in a certain form of oppression. Show people your authenticity. Show people who you genuinely and truly are. Because if they just see this person who's like, oh yeah, this is a big fat bully, and this is just this big hater, why is it doing all that? Lovely, there's something deeper behind that. Instead of just covering up that mask, just like covering that mask and not hitting on the point of what is really hurting you, you can heal that part of you, so people can see the genuine nature within you. Because they don't want to see this person. And I know for a lot of people, you don't want to be that person of, oh yeah, that hater, that person that just looks down on you, that cocky person, that person doesn't know how to treat people. And you pray that God touches their hearts genuinely, because everyone deserves to grow. Everyone deserves a chance. Everyone deserves a form of forgiveness. Everyone deserves a form of being willing to grow into the people that God made them to be. They may not get it all the way once, because at the end of the day, we are all still people. We make mistakes. Like I say all the time, I'm an imperfect person serving a perfect God. I'm not going to get everything right in me growing. That's why I'm going down this journey of the unknown. I don't know what the future leads from this moment on. I don't know how I'm going to grow. I don't know what the future leads in me growing in my adulthood, me growing in my career, me growing in my passion, going forward in the plans that God has for my life. But you pray for, so many people that didn't have that stable foundation, and you pray that, God helps them to step outside that box and go down that journey of the unknown, and just trusting God and saying, hey, I got this. I'm not going to get it right all at once. It's not going to be, all together at one moment, but God, I trust you, and I'm taking this day by day, step by step. In every lesson, what can I learn? Because, God does give us those lessons to teach us and see what we learn from it, what we gain from that, so we can grow to be better for the next time, for the next go around. But speaking of foundation, and one foundation of being authentic, and that I really that I looked up, and that honestly it did resonate with me, is honesty serves as the bedrock of any enduring relationship. And that's one form of being authentic. And I would say honesty is one of the really big forms of being authentic, because once you're honest with yourself and you have that form of self-awareness of, this is who I am, this is who I'm going to present to you, this is who I am, and you show people that genuine nature. Because my thing is that honesty is the best policy. Not just with, you being honest with somebody else, but honest with yourself. Taking your own self accountability and saying, hey, this is what I did. This is what I did, or this is who I am. And let me just own it, and let me stay in that. Because there are some people that just don't know how to be honest with themselves. You know, like they don't know how to be honest with themselves. Like that's why, you know, the form of ignorance and the form of people being so blindsided, and, you know, people not seeing what the heck is going on with the world, or maybe even some other people not seeing what's going on with the world. And you be like, bro, how are you so clouded? How do you not see this? Why is the dirt so thick in your eyes where you can't see anything? And it's just like, sometimes you'd be like, bruh, come on, smell the pheromones and see where everything is going wrong. All right, like, be honest with yourself so you can be that genuine person that God made you to be. Because at the end of the day, if you don't be genuine and you just be so fake, how are people supposed to, you know, get inspiration from you? How are you supposed to motivate? How are you supposed to encourage? How are you supposed to uplift? How are you supposed to be, you know, a shoulder to cry on, you know, someone that somebody can confide in, if you're being so fake all the time and you're not being honest with yourself, and, you know, you're just like, oh, hey, I'm just take the pros with the cons, and I'm just be this way. Because my thing is that I don't like fake people. I really don't, bruh. When it comes to a friend or a relationship or anything like that, anything D around all the above, D all the above of, you know, what you can go through, or, you know, what settings that you're in. Honestly, I don't like fake people. That's one form of people that I stay away from, and I don't, you know, associate myself with, is because dude, come to me being genuine. I come with my authentic self. Come with your authentic self to me, because I don't want someone to just be like, say for instance, if I have somebody, you know, that I'm talking to about a situation or I'm confiding in, and then, you know, they're just like, you know, listening, but, you know, they're not really hearing. They're, you know, just being so dismissive and so, you know, fake with it. Be like, okay, yeah, it's gonna be all right, and not just giving you any being that true shoulder to cry on. And, you know, 1 minute you're one way, and then the other minute you're that way. Or 1 minute that you're hanging out with me, but then you get so cliquey and you hang out with another form of people. Yeah, no. Those two things for me, they don't mix. And that's why I'd be like, okay, let me stay on that side. That person stay on their side. I stay on my side, and we'll all be good. Because I'm the person of like, don't come to me if you're not genuine and if you're not authentic, or you're not honest about yourself, and taking your own form of self-awareness and saying, hey, I know I was like this, you know, I am this person, let me stand on who I am. Because at the end of the day, know who you are. And even if it's of a negative aspect of who you are, own it. And be willing to take your own self-accountability, and be willing to be honest with yourself and saying, hey, this is how I was, this is who I am, and this is who I was. I'm ready and I'm willing to grow. Because that's so hard for so many people to say, for them to be so honest with themselves. Like, you can't just take your own form of self-accountability and saying, hey, this is what I did, I messed up, how can I be willing to grow? How can I be a light in the community? How can I grow into being genuine? How can I grow forward in being a more true person with myself? Taking that own self-awareness and taking that own look at yourself in the mirror and saying, hey, this is who I am. And either if you're doing something bad, I don't like what I see, or if you're doing something good and you say, I like what I see, or you're giving your form of yourself, you know, encouragement, empowerment. I always say self-affirmations. When you're giving your own self your form of encouragement and empowerment and showing your true self and your authentic self, dude, like, whatever pro or con, just own who you are. Because I was like, all of us have the willingness to grow. It doesn't matter what age we are, what grade we're in, if we're in school, out of school, working, not working, retired, mother, father, anything that you're aspect in life, everyone has the willingness to grow. But in the willingness to grow, to be your authentic self, to be that style of who you are, you have to learn what being honest with yourself means, and self-awareness. And there's a lot of people that don't know how to you know, have that self-awareness. Because, you know, with you having that self-awareness, you can know what you need to work on genuinely and within self. because once you keep it real with yourself, oh yeah, then that means you keep it real with others. In my opinion, you can't keep it like you can't really keep it real with other people, and when it comes to certain situations that you're in, if you don't know how to be real with yourself. Like, you got to be real and honest with yourself and be like, dang, I'm in this whole cycle, and how can I give advice to somebody else and I can't even practice what I preach? Like, you have to be willing to keep that self-awareness and be honest with yourself. And also, another definition of self-awareness, the ability to trust one's thoughts, feelings, motivates, and values, self-reflection. What was I about to say? Oh yeah, feedback, the ability to resolve conflict in honest and non-manipulative ways. Yes, I 110% agree. Once you take that self-examination on yourself and you're willing to, say, hey, this is where I need to grow, trust yourself and your thoughts and say, hey, there's some things that has to change within me. There's some things that has to change genuinely. There's some things that has to change for real. So once you take that on self-accountability and that self-awareness from yourself, man, you just feel so free. And for me, it's just like a weight that is lifted off your shoulders of you just being your true self. Because no one wants to be fake all the time. No one wants to have to do all this up and down and back and forth and all this other stuff. No one needs to be all that, because it's so stressful and it's so draining of you suppressing yourself and being someone that you're not. You should want to be genuine. You should want to be authentic. So I say to all of you today, and to the concluding of my notion, show your genuine side of your personality and how you are. What people want to see within you. How you want to be presented. Think about how you want to be presented. And that can help you grow. Just thinking on how you want to be presented and how people want to see you is a form of you just being authentic. Because you being authentic and being the person that God made you to be, and your authenticity within yourself can help you be a light in the community, and it can help you personally grow. Instead of just only being so suppressing yourself, you can go forward within yourself and be that authentic style of yourself. So that is my notion for today. That is my all around notion. And hey, now it's on to moving to top 3 with your girl Nene. All right, y'all know me as a theater kid, I have to do top 3 with your girl Nene because, hey, I got to do some trending topics that are going on within today. So without further ado, let's get into our first topic. All right, so Lenny Kravitz explained why he works out in full rockstar attire. When I looked at this, I was like, huh? I was like, Lenny Kravitz is explaining why he works out in full rockstar attire. Like, the musician Lenny Kravitz, he never shied away from making an appearance about his apparel while he's at the gym. So, on April 9th, the rock star went viral after posting a video of himself doing an intense workout while clad in leather pants, a steer shirt, boots, and glasses. Don't get me wrong, I got nothing but love for Lenny Kravitz, but lovely, why the heck? I'm just, in my opinion, I'm just like, aren't you sweating like leather pants? Like, aren't you sweating while you're doing the workout? Like, dude, that is gonna make you even more hotter than it is. But hey, it's a motivation for him. He said it's a motivation for him. Even in the post, he said, thank God for today. That's what the one thing that he captioned. He said, grateful, never been better. There are no shortcuts, so seize your day. It is all possible. Love. And yeah, so hey, that's what he does. And he says he always works out in leather pants or jeans or boots. If he's not doing cardio. And hey, when he's doing cardio, he's in some sweats. But, for right now, when he works out, he's in leather pants. So hey, I say do you, lovely. Hey, if it's a method for, your madness of you losing your weight, hey, not mad at you losing your weight, lovely. All right. So number two, we get on why Nickelodeon producer Dan Schneider is suing Quiet on Set creators. And when I saw this, I was just like, okay, if y'all know Quiet on Set, it is about, all Nickelodeon stars, they're talking about, all the sexual abuse that they like, or certain people that form certain actors that had sexual abuse within Nickelodeon with, or had some form of abuse within Nickelodeon. Many producers came up, former stars came up, and, we're talking basically, examining, all the dark sides of kids TV, what they endured growing up within Nickelodeon, and now Dan Schneider is now suing them. And me, I'm just like, when I see this, I'm just like, Dan, what is your point of suing? What's up? Like, I'm just like, bruh, why are you trying to sue them so you can shy away from the truth? Why are you even trying to, like, belittle the truth of these actors and actresses that endured this? Why are you not trying to, honestly be apologetic for, like, some of the stuff that happened? Because they were kids at the time. Like, y'all already know about, Jeanette McCurdy, right? Like, how she, she started off the whole thing with talking about her life, and through her novel, she started speaking about her life and what she endured through Nickelodeon. They even try to give her some hush money to not even release the book. So I'm just like, why are you trying to hide your hands on this? What is your purpose in hiding your hands on this? Because, lovely, that's not right for all child stars. They want to do what they love. They want to do what they love in this industry and grow within this industry. But then they have, like, some perverts on set that's doing all this other stuff. Like, Dan, let's not hush this. Because this is a story that needs to be told. And sorry, lovely, but when you saw something that happened back then, you should have stopped it immediately. But you didn't. So guess what? Now, each and every one Nickelodeon star has the right to defend themselves. All right, and on to my last pick. So the Up from the Disney movie Up, the Up House Regalia can be rented out on Airbnb. Man, when I looked at this, I was like, I would definitely love, like, a Disney themed Airbnb. I would definitely love that, because it's just like, man, I would genuinely love a Disney themed Airbnb, because it's just like, hey, I 110% love it. So it says, during a special event in Los Angeles on May 1st, the company revealed there are new icon slates, a category of extraordinary experiences that involves pop culture movements brought to life. Among the experiences, the nights hosted by celebrities like Kevin Hart and Doja Cat, and stay in a recreation of the Disney and Pixar's Up house that will see suspended in the sky after guests depart. So meaning, like, not just it's only being an Airbnb and they made it like how actually the house in the movie is made. They also, like, they're gonna, like, legit fly it up like a hot air balloon. Like, honestly, I would kind of be scared, but also I would really want to do this because it would just fill my Disney nerd heart. How do y'all feel? I'm just saying, like, that would fill my Disney nerd heart. So honestly, I would be genuinely down for this. But yeah, you guys, that is all for top 3 with your girl Nene, and that is all for my show. Thank you so much for listening. I would like to give a huge shout out to the humanities department and Bobby. Thank you so much for giving me this opportunity to share my thoughts and my encouragement and my empowerment with everyone. Make sure you guys follow me on all social media, my IG, my personal Instagram, which is at Nene the Leap Year Baby, my podcast Instagram, which is at Nene's Notions Podcast, and my Facebook, you can look up my name, NENASMIT SMICH, and follow me on all platforms, and also listen to me on Spotify. If you guys don't tune into the episode on YouTube, y'all can look at me on Spotify. And I will see you next time in two for another devotion. Make sure you stay tuned for another episode of Nene's Notions. Bye, my loves.
Some Duke on the vibe.
Da 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 da.